Good Sunday morning, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I wasn't going to make a video this morning, but I took a little walk around my garden by myself, and I have some things blooming that are just too good to share, not to share. So here we go. I wanted to show you how the plumbago kind of climbing up my wall here. It's not necessarily a climbing plant, but it just seems to be reaching up higher and higher, and the beautiful blue, purplish blue blossoms are just gorgeous today. They're so happy. We had some rain last night. From yesterday to this morning, we've had about an inch of rain, and that just makes the plant so happy. And this is the Thryallis, is just blooming beautifully this morning. This is a great pollinator. The bees and the wasps and the butterflies like to gather on this plant. Sometimes I go past here on a sunny day and it's just buzzing. My gardenia did have a few blooms on it. They're finished. I don't see any more of them starting, so I think the bloom period might be over for this plant. The Carolina jessamine bloomed earlier this year. It's gotten so crazy I'm going to have to clip the top back a little bit, I think, to keep it under control, but I do enjoy it when it goes up the trellis like that. Flora petalum bloomed earlier this year also, but it's looking to be a nice bush. It did not look good after the hurricane last year, but it's come back and I'm really happy about that. Allemanden bush bloomed earlier. I'm hoping to get some more blooms on it. And I planted a little salvia in here. Let's see if I can look at the name. I can't remember. This one's called the Deep Ocean Salvia. I just thought that little touch of purple in there with the silvery gray leaves would spark things up. And these are my African irises. One of the reasons I wanted to do this video this morning, you don't get blooms on these very often, and they only last a day, but 3 of them happen to come out on one day. Isn't that beautiful? And it's just so wonderful that it happens to be Mother's Day that they decided to open. Just a beautiful flower. I have 2 plants of the African iris, but only one of them has ever bloomed for me. And this is my passion vine. I'm trying to attract Gulf fritillaries. I have seen some Gulf fritillaries the last few days, but I cannot find any caterpillars that have been eating on the passion vine. So I'm hoping that they do show up. I don't even see any place where there's nibbling. Usually that's what you find first. And you can find the eggs sometimes on the new growth, on the tender leaves. But I've tried to find some eggs and not found any. So we'll keep hoping that they show up. The oleander has had a few blooms on it. I don't think this oleander gets quite enough sun right here. It should be blooming more than it does. So one of the things I thought was, this is my ever-bearing strawberry. I thought this was so nice. I've got a cluster of 3 berries here, and across the plant I'm seeing more blooms and more berries forming, and that's kind of fun for me. Of course, they all get eaten in the garden. There will be no strawberry pie or no strawberry shortcake. Oh, look. I think there's one that's ready. I'll just enjoy that in the garden. And the cannas that I saved from last year have been doing really well. They've got a striking leaf to them, really eye-catching. And the bloom itself is just gorgeous. And my hibiscus goes through periods of bloom and not bloom. But this one has got, I see 2 colors. This one down here is more pink, And this one at the top has a little bit more of the orange pink in it. So beautiful these plants are. I just love them, but they go through cycles where they bloom and then they don't bloom. This is a tropical milkweed that's been battling the milkweed beetle. Yesterday I prepared a solution of Lysol water and oh look, there's another one. Yeah, they must have, I saw several adults on here. I didn't catch them or do anything about them right away. I don't spray. Very rarely will I spray anything on my garden, but they must have laid some eggs and they hatched, and now we have little ones on there growing. So I prepared a Lysol and water solution, and that I kind of just pick them off and drown them in that rather than spray. And now on the other side of my garage door here, I put some just some lantana that I like, the purple ones. My geranium up there has been going crazy. Last week it was blooming beautifully. This week the blooms are dying and the new ones are coming up. When they get so big and so many in the pot, it's hard to keep them watered. These lovely blooms are on Society Garlic. It just blooms over and over and over, absolutely wonderfully. These plants right here in the center are called calendin, I think, or musical note plant is the common name, because I can't find any of the notes that are up. They've all opened into bloom, but when they first come up, here's one. When they first come up to bloom, they look similar to a musical note, and so its common name is musical note plant. And this is a daisy that I picked up at the nursery because it smelled good. I thought that was pretty with those little white flowers on there. And my, I can't remember the name of these now. I'm sure a million of you out there know what this plant already know what this is, but this I planted way last fall, and it has just bloomed and bloomed and bloomed and spread all over, and it drops seed, so it does a beautiful job. Vinca, that's what it is. It's a vinca. And I have Ixora in the front that the builder put in. A friend of mine gave me some oxalis that her mother-in-law gave her, and she just gave it to me as little tiny bumps, and I put it in the soil, and now I'm getting a beautiful oxalis plant. They were just little root corms is what they were. My impatient back there is difficult to keep watered because the pot's really full of roots. And the alocasia that my sweet neighbors across the street gave to me, I enjoy it. I enjoy the difference of the big leaves compared to the smaller blossoms and the smaller leaves of some of the other plants. My bougainvillea tree in the front is ending a one bloom cycle. Hopefully it comes out with more. I put a pot of zinnias back in the back here. They're getting ready to bloom. They're getting nice and tall. This plant is called a mangrove spider lily. I keep looking for blossom in it, but I'm kind of excited about that. I think it's a beautiful plant. And I don't know what those little leaves are. I planted something here last fall, and I kind of think it's an aster, but I don't recall for sure. And my red stopper's got some dead on it, but this side has come out really well, so I'm hoping it'll bloom soon. This is interesting. Last week I showed you my wild petunia I had in the bed before, and it was kind of wilty, not looking good. And I thought I had it in the wrong place, and I moved it to the side of the house where it gets maybe 3 hours of sun a day. And it seems to be doing quite well. It loves it over here. I have 2 other plants under this bougainvillea, and they are just standing up at attention and blooming, and they're loving it. This bougainvillea was given to me as a stick, and I stuck it in the ground and it got roots, and now I've had to, we actually used an old iron bed frame for it to climb up on. I painted it, but I see the paint's let loose, so maybe that wasn't the right thing, but hopefully the flower covers it all soon, and in a couple of years, and it won't make any difference what's holding it up. This is a dwarf snowy square stem. Got cute little blossoms on it. It's called it's also called salt and pepper. That's the common name. This is my marlberry. It's got some new growth on it this year, but I don't think we're going to get any bloom on it, but it should take over this whole area here if I let it. I usually clip things down, and this is wild poinsettia. I had one of them die in the back. I'm not sure why. And I put in a couple of swamp milkweed that's really bothered by aphids. I usually put on a pair of gloves and come out and just use the gloves and squash them all. They're easy to get a hold of. I did see a ladybug, 2 ladybugs on here yesterday, but I don't see them this morning, so I'm not sure if they have moved on. I especially don't spray milkweed, and I don't spray too much in the garden. I will use a little neem oil if something is really being attacked and I can't control it with any other method, or a little soap and water I'll use, but I don't spray too much of anything. I even try to use a natural fertilizer on the grass. This is my sword fern, which is getting some new sprouts in it. It's they tell me hard to control if you ever get it started in the right place, so we'll see. This is Coontie palm, a Florida native, very slow growing, but and low. It might get 3 feet tall at its height. It is the host plant of the Atala butterfly. I've never seen any in our area, but that doesn't mean they don't float through. I just don't see them. This is another star I am just thrilled with. This is Stokes aster. And when the Stokes aster starts to bloom, it is amazing. Look at that beautiful purple color. And these 3 plants are just covered with blooms. I'm just so excited to see this bloom. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. This is my shiny coffee. I don't remember the botanical name for it. Gets little berries on it, not edible for people, but the birds enjoy them. Gives them a buzz, I guess, right? Here's my coleus plant. I just break some off and root them and start some and just stick them in. And this is a dwarf Pineland snowberry, it's called. I had some bloom on it earlier. They did not develop into berries. It gets a beautiful white berry on it. I'm kind of anxious for that to happen. And here we are back. I'll show you my little path I sneak through. Out onto my lanai. I didn't show you, this is a little plant that's opening. It's called a lifesaver cactus. That's the common name of it. It's got quite a few blooms on it. It's kind of tricky to get it in the right sun conditions to get it to bloom, but apparently it has reached that height right now because I'm going to get some blooms. These petals will all pull back and open up, and you'll see the little lifesaver on the inside there. It looks like a lifesaver, hence the name. And this is a Dorstenia fotida, something I went to a plant sale, and apparently it's some kind of a rock plant. A gentleman had these there and I admired it, so I bought one. And there's my tiny jade. And these are just the plants on my lanai again. So, and here we've gone full circle. I want to show you my desert rose because it's blooming beautifully. Such a small plant to have those beautiful blooms on it, but I'm excited for that. My friend Gloria gave that plant to me, and I just enjoy it every day, and I think of her. So, and some ponytail palm that I have planted. So, okay, that's the tour. So everyone enjoy your Mother's Day. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you again when I have some more beautiful plants to show you in my flower garden. So have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.